This is what I mean by this thing is really tight, because I don't even know if it's going to go in there now with the gears in it. Or if I'm ever going to get it out. Hey YouTube, this video is going to be about this gear reducer that I built and put on Thingiverse. Basically how it works, how to assemble it, what parts you need to assemble it. I'm going to go through all that just so you guys can see what it actually is. And if you want to get a link to this, I'll put the link to the Thingiverse files in the description so you can see what it is. But basically what it is it's a dual planetary gear reducer that is either 37 to 1 or 51.8 to 1. I'm not really positive on those values, but I think I'm pretty close. And I'll show you how it works as I'm putting it together here, but first off I'm just going to show you how to put it together. I haven't yet released this file because it's kind of a tight fit. I kind of want to fix it a bit more, but eventually you will get this. So to assemble this thing, first off we'll go through the parts. First off, you need 4 of these things. You can use 3, it works better with 4 obviously, more is better. And then you'll need 1 sun gear of each size. Now, depending on the gear ratio you want, if you want the 37 to 1, you want to drive this sun gear, and if you want the 51.8 to 1, you need to use this sun gear to drive. The only thing you have to be careful for is that you might need the clearance hole in the other sun gear, because they're actually going to spin slightly different speeds and you can't lock them together. So here's the other thing, these gears are going to roll in here, and you need to pay attention to this because the gear will roll in here one way. Oh, framing, you fuck. The gear will roll in here one way, but it will not roll the other way. It doesn't engage. So you need to pay attention to which way you put your ring gears on, because just flipping it around and the thing won't fit. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So I'm going to set this up for a 50 to 1 gear ratio. And so I'm going to have my planet gear that way. And then I'm going to do this. And here's where the gap in the ring comes into play. You need to use this to get the gears in, because they actually self-center in here. And you need to kind of roll things around to get them situated right. And use that little gap in the gear. So you kind of get all 4 of them in there, and it's kind of hard to figure out where they go, but they look about like that when they're all in there, right? You can see I just spray painted this because it was black and you can hardly see the detail on it. I haven't spray painted this part, but I just spray painted them so you could get some contrast and see what you're doing. Anyways, then after you get that part in, you check which way the sun gear rolls on these, and then you go and pop it in between all 4 of these. And then it's kind of a job to get it all situated in there. There, now I got the sun gear in place on this side. Sun gear's in place on that side. And then you need to look and see which way this thing goes on, and I can't remember right now. I'll just try it both ways. So you can see this part kind of messed up when it was printing right there, and I'm just remembered that that actually goes this way. So that popped on. I'm just going to give it a few twists here to get that last gear to pop in place. There we go. Now the gap will close up on this side, as you can see, and then, well, if everything was right, the gap should have closed up. There we go. There, now the gap closed up on this side, and the gap closed up on this side. Now, all I need to do is take and put it into here. This is what I mean by this thing is really tight, because I don't even know if it's going to go in there now with the gears in it. Or if I'm ever going to get it out. Okay. Let's try to drive this thing with a drill. There we go. Now, because I don't have anything enclosing this carrier here, it's wanting to pop open that joint, and the gear teeth are catching it every now and then, so I'm going to have to hold this side. And then you can see the main carrier part to spinning backwards, but I can really run that either way. I'll wrap this in some tape so that it holds this other carrier together while I'm printing the part for it, so I can show you guys how it works. Okay, let's see what that looks like. There we go. If I can get it to stop wobbling. So I'm just going to do an endurance test on this. I'm going to run this thing for a really long time. I'll probably speed the video up here so you guys don't have to watch the whole thing. But I just want to see how long this thing will spin before it completely starts to melt together. That'll be pretty interesting. So the gears are kind of warm, they're not hot. I could smell a little bit of plastic in them. I should have my thermal camera set up. Okay, this is getting old. So it is a lot stiffer than it was before. I imagine it's because the gears heated up and expanded quite a bit. But I don't see anything that says that this thing is going to burn out if I did that for another 15 minutes or so. I mean, the gears are warm, but they're not hot. And it looks like all the gear surfaces have held up very well. I'll try to give you a look inside there. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm really surprised it holds up this well. Thanks for watching.